Hi, this is Gwen Foster. I want to introduce Deb McBride with Planetary Healing and talk about the new addition to the New Vision system and what Planetary Healing is all about. Eric and I met Deb and John Cook back in 2010 at a core conference. At that time, I was a core distributor of their system, and that was a natural progression of technology. I had started out with working with the QXCI and SKIO, and then the Life system and the core system, and now we have our own system, which we created with the best of the parts of what we liked from other systems, and then new functions and new information that no one else has on the market right now. And Planetary Healing is an awesome addition because John and Deb had spent a ton of time putting together data and information that had been from many years of research and experience, and we're happy to now have that as an addition to our system. We met in Houston in 2010 at a core conference where we brought in what I thought at that time was the top users of the core system, and we hit it off with John and Deb right away. Eric and I flew to New York, and then the rest is history, right?
Yes.
So when we have the Planetary Healing system, which we'll talk about, Deb will talk about the different pieces and the backing, we think it'll just make a huge impact on the system as we know it today. Deb, you want to talk about that and how you got here?
Well, thank you. Yes, John and I met in 2003. I was his life partner. He has since passed on, and I am proud and very happy to continue his work in the planetary healing realm and also planetary feng shui. We were always interested in holistic healing. John had been a healer for 27 years. He used many different modalities in his work with his clients. He was very successful in his work with his clients. And I was very familiar with everything John was doing because in my own personal life, in my own healing work, for myself, I used these same modalities, including regression therapy, kinesiology, supplements, and astrology. When we were searching for various practitioners in New York, we went to a scanning doctor in 2007, and we were very happy with the results we'd seen from the body scan that we would get. He would also do some emotional healing work on us, which was nice because outside of each other, it's good to have another practitioner to do that. And from going to that scanning doctor in 2007, John really wanted to find his own healing system in a scanning device. So he started to look into all the systems, the SKIO, and then he found the core. And he was very pleased with the core, and he purchased it in 2008, and he proceeded to enter into the customizable part of the core all of his emotional healing work that he had done for so many years. In doing so, we came up with more and more ideas and ways of doing healing on clients because we could get so much more value out of the work that we did in the core. We were very excited about it. He put all of his kinesiological techniques, his touch for health techniques, cranial tapping, toning, colors. We put in an astrology tray from our own basic knowledge because we were both astrologers in New York City. And he also did feng shui work, which we also included in our trays. This work is now part of the planetary healing system that I am continuing for the Envision system. Initially, we will focus on the emotional work and the nutritional, personal ecology part of the healing work. And up and coming, we have the more esoteric and cultural work. We were putting in movies and a Uranian astrology oracle and sonnets, quotations from literary figures, books. In this way, we were able to send the client away with a small protocol for themselves. Watch this movie, listen to this Beatles song, read this Shakespearean sonnet, read this poem, in addition to the healing work that they received when they came to see us. So it was really exciting for us because we could combine everything we knew and every modality to really create a solid healing structure for people. For many years, John worked with people one-on-one in 2-hour regression sessions. He used regression therapy most extensively. He healed many people with his work. He changed their lives, but he wanted to make his work accessible and available for other practitioners to use. He did take on students in 2003 and give them all of his work, and they were able to continue it and make great progress with their clients, but this wasn't enough for him. So to provide this healing system in the Envision system is a great success for us, because we can reach so many more people and cast a wider net by doing this. So we're very excited about this. All of this work is created from 27 years of John's study and research and performing healing work on his clients. It's a synthesis of many disciplines and modalities. I'll describe some of the background from which it was developed. First of all, muscle testing, kinesiology was part of it, a great part of his work. And we put some of those techniques with kinesiology and Touch for Health in the system. I am not a kinesiologist, but I can use this very easily, and it works really well. It gets right to the meat of the problem with the person and gives a correction immediately that you can work on with the client. Then there's the nutrition and personal ecology section, which is really good for determining supplements. Before, again, you would have had to have been a kinesiologist or use dowsing methods to find these particular supplements or methods of healing. And with this system, you can go right in and determine what's going to work for the client. It's important to have the immune support and detoxification methods. It's important to balance the ecosystem with the environment, giving people greater awareness of their energy, and using the system to help do cleansing for the body. There are dietary suggestions, there's optimum nutrition. All of this helps balance the digestion and the assimilation of the client. There's also the physical body work section, where we have listed all of the different combinations of bodywork techniques used. Now, again, John did bodywork on people manually. I don't do that. So I felt that this was a really great way to address those issues with the client, and you can send that to them through a reconnect. The energy work and vibrational healing is excellent for imbalances showing up in the energy fields before they manifest physically, and you can correct those with the system immediately. The regression work is in here in many forms, particularly as in the shamanism tray, as shown as a hero's journey. We work with feelings and imagery and memory and sound to re-experience heal the true emotional impact of one's childhood or past life experiences. The powerful influences of the past are reached by sort of entering different realms of the unconscious, and you can bring a client into a trance state, by using this system and working with them and balancing their energy field. This is so much more profound than just typical psychotherapy. You are really getting to the meat of the person's issues and clearing them so they can go on and live a fulfilled life. Psychotherapy is good for discussion and talk, but it really does not get into the deep emotional healing work that this system will do. We also found that for our purposes, in our tool bag, we used astrology. Eventually, we will have an astrology training for this system, so that you can use the astrology techniques without becoming an astrologer and spending decades studying astrology, and it will be very accessible for practitioners to use on their clients. It will give a description of how the client is feeling, what energy they are feeling around them at the time that's related to the planets. Feng Shui will also be part of the up-and-coming trays, because Feng Shui is helpful in being a complete system for the person. John always felt that he wanted results with his clients, and if we can use Feng Shui to help clear their environment and make them aware of how clutter affects them and how chaos affects them in their environment, then it's one more step in their healing. you don't need to become a feng shui practitioner to do this. You can use this system without years of study of the various modalities of feng shui. But I'm very confident that all of these systems together will work for your clients in healing them and bringing them to a point of raising their consciousness, because that's the ultimate goal.